See, it wouldn't be a day if Mike Wang wasn't making more changes to 2K17. I feel like this week we've seen a change every fucking day. You hop on and you just don't know what the fuck to expect, and of course you have to test it to find out what exactly changed. Here in this video, I'm gonna simplify what the fuck's been happening this week, and then of course, sharpshooters get the bad end. Wouldn't have it any other way. If y'all new to the channel, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Some of you guys been asking. The 6'2", little left-handed sharpshooter, max wingspan. He'll be out soon. Working on the badges right now. I'll let you guys know whenever that's done. Mike Wang is notorious for just ignoring what the fuck the community's been saying, but he's been trying to make some changes and find some balance. He put out a tweet saying, yeah, I'm working on hopefully one last tweak for green releases. Should be ready in a couple of days after further testing. Now, if you don't know, patch 12 dropped. Shooting didn't change until the day after, in which shooting was destroyed. Like, people weren't making greens on open shots, and really you had to be at the line, and if anything, the corner to get a green, and if you weren't a sharpshooter, then GG, because you didn't stand a fucking chance. Then literally the next day we saw a new update that made shooting so fucking easy. Now y'all looking at some gameplay of me shooting, literally steps before the half-court line, I could have pulled up and I was getting greens. I've never seen nothing good in my life. So as someone who's good at getting greens, when you give me the ability, when you increase the green frequency, whatever the fuck slider he changed, it made it fucking impossible for me to miss. I was out there being deadly. I was getting crazy reactions.
Let me come off it. I think he's in a party by himself. That's lit. Oh my god! Oh my god!
And of course, you know I was doing this all with my new A1 release, man. So I was a little bit fucking concerned, of course, when I found out if you're not gonna stop the bad shooters from making shots, the guys with the 50 open shot threes, then just fucking leave shooting alone. Stop touching it. That's the only thing that should be touched. Playmakers should be able to make threes. Shot quitters should be able to make threes. That goes for anybody with the three-pointer over a 70, right? If they're open, it's a good release, it should go in. But the problem people were having was the 50 open shot threes, the 60s and the 55s, and who knows, they put on a boost and they might have been a 65, and they were banging consistently. That's what people were having an issue with. And that was never addressed. Instead, they were just moving around sliders that just confused everybody and changed the difficulty of making shots, sometimes easier, sometimes harder. And so after having a few days of just beauty when it came to, like, I was on stream and y'all saw me pulling at the half. When you play on the twos, I was all the way at the very back on the line, and I was pulling and I was banging. Some of them were green. Like, it was unbelievable. At that point, if you couldn't shoot, then it was clearly you fucking up, because it was super easy for every archetype. So I doubted that this shit was gonna stay the same. Mike Wang confirmed it. He put out a couple of follow-up tweets responding to some people saying, my change will make attributes more meaningful. The overabundance of greens is bailing out a lot of guys who shouldn't be able to shoot. Now, in theory, Mike Wang's correct. If you reduce the green frequency, that's gonna make it harder. The people that take that release the ball, and it should have been a 60% chance of going in, get the 100 because they get bailed out with a lucky green. But in practice, what's really supposed to make attributes matter more hurt what I feel like me the most. Now, I'm not getting those same greens I was getting because the green frequency is gone. You make more white releases now, which I feel like it's why? If you're gonna create a skill gap, if the purpose of the move was to create a skill gap, why would you increase the whites? In theory, it was supposed to work, but I got on to play today. I was playing for a few hours, trying to get some clips. You guys are taking a look at them right now. I was incredibly disappointed because the shots I was making green before weren't there anymore, and now they were white, and I wasn't. Now some of y'all saying, Agent, you shouldn't be making full court. If I shouldn't be making full court shots, then any other archetype outside of sharpshooters shouldn't make a shot from limitless range. Because that's what y'all telling me. If I can't shoot from limitless, and then I'm just like everybody else at this point. And so sharpshooters have to have an advantage. He followed up with another tweet saying the exact opposite, actually. Green releases flatten out the attributes because they convert lower percentage shots to 100%. But the thing about green releases, I get that. But the people that are able to get them consistently are the really good players. And now you can't get them consistently because it's become a lot more difficult. Now the only people that are gonna get them consistently, I get it, it did create a skill gap because the people who release it the best are now doing it. Get the point of the change. At the end of the day, I'm not really too angry about it because I'm still banging. I'm a little disappointed that I got a few days of where I could just fucking make anything. I felt like a fucking phenom, and I didn't see anybody in the park dominating the way I've been dominating with my new A1 release. And now now I'm just kind of back to, you have to step above the half-court line. If you take a step before the half-court line, just like in the past, you're not making the shot. So it has to be on the line. If you push too far to the corner, it's like the percentage goes from like an 80 down to like a 40, and then at that point, why the fuck would I take a 40% shot? Is in my mind, I know which shots are smart to take, which shots are reckless, but at the end of the day, when I'm releasing the ball well, all is good. Really, you gotta be looking at your player, guys. So much of y'all stare at your shot meter like, oh no, it was all white. Like, to me, I don't give a fuck what my shot meter is telling me. Every fucking shot I take, I'm looking at my player. The only reason I have my shot meter there is to tell me when I get a green or a white release. But regardless of whether I get a green or a white, proven to be by my OG A1 release, is it doesn't matter. If I release the ball correctly, whether it's white or it's green, I'm sure it's going in. Of course, that's, you know, there's variables. If you're pushed up with a lot of contests, it becomes almost impossible to get a green, and then your percentages drop. And so it depends on a lot of things, but whatever. And I'm glad he made a change that just, you know, the intention was there. He wanted to create a skill gap. He said, yes, full white should be noticeably higher, but he said, no, good timing is still a huge factor, probably more so now than last week. I get it. Low-key, I think I'm just a little bit annoyed that my ceiling has been lowered. They created a skill gap, but the ceiling for that sharpshooters were able to just pretty much like the Kool-Aid man, just fucking break open. They covered up the ceiling now, and they got it all patched up, and now you can't even really shoot like that no more. But still, that's what the tuning did. If you're still an average shooter, you probably won't notice much of a difference. You might, if you're not consistent with your shot, you might notice less greens, but more whites are going in. So at the end of the day, if you're doing your thing and you're getting open shots and it's good shot selection, you won't be affected too much by the change. And again, like he mentioned, this is likely going to be the last time we're going to be seeing a change of this magnitude, or probably a change in general to NBA 2K17. He said this was the last time he touched shooting. No word on whether there'll be a future patch, but considering it's mid-April, I doubt that's going to be the thing. So we might have just seen the last patch of NBA 2K17, and of course the last tuning, and then now we're hearing talks of double XP this weekend, and so is it gonna be the last double XP? Probably not. They're probably gonna have a fuck ton throughout the summer because people are gonna be home, chilling, looking for a game to play. So anyway, that's the entire fucking update. It sucks for me, but for most people, at the end of the day, I think we just let it go. If you're not gonna fuck up the people with 55 open shot 3, just let the whole thing go. Right now, the way it is right now, it's fine. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new. Yo, new sharpshooters coming along great. I got a couple releases I know is gonna bang on very quick. I'm excited to fucking get to testing. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next upload. I'm out. Peace.